Welcome to my channel. Now I'm fixing a couple of walk-over roof lights. So these roof lights are super heavy because they consist of three very thick panes of glass and another one underneath which does the actual work of the double glazed unit, if you like. So these are designed for foot traffic. When we put them in, we simply bed them on. So these are just resting in place. We're going to take them off. We're going to run a sealant round and we're going to put them back. But the reason for this video is I want to show you a tape that I've been using for years when installing any kind of product like this, or even windows and door sets like these. Before the masticing is done, I like to fill the gap all the way through, other than foam, which sometimes doesn't fill the gap. So this particular tape comes in all different sort of widths, different thicknesses, and the idea is it actually expands to fill the space, and that's perfect for stopping insects getting into little voids, drafts coming through, which is more important. So all we're going to do, Eddie and I will lift it off, put it onto a couple of bits of insulation. This is a warm roof, so we're on top of the insulation, and this product here which you're looking at is called Alwitra by a company called Avalon. In fact, it's called Avalon by a company called Alwitra. It's a German product and it's absolutely fantastic. I've been using this for 20 years. It's welded together so it becomes homogeneous. This whole surface becomes as one. And I would say it's 100 times better than fiberglass. There you go, that's my verdict. So we're going to pull out the windows. We're going to run a bead of sealant round the outside, which is here. Then we're going to put the expanding tape round the inside and drop the window back in. And that's pretty much it. A little bit of final positioning, but that is pretty much it. So in preparation of that, I'm going to grab some blocks of insulation because these windows, as I say, are super heavy. Ed and I will get one side, lift them over, put them down, prep it up and put it back. It's a 5-minute job. Now I'll get the tape. The tape simply looks like this. I'm not going to open it because as soon as you open it, it starts wanting to expand. It doesn't take like seconds, but you don't really want to open it until you're ready. And then once you've used your bit, you need to tape it back up because it will just expand on the roll. Okay, so as soon as we're ready, we'll tape it all the way around. It's got an adhesive side, obviously, which will tape to the roof membrane that comes over the top. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. So let's get on and do that. I think we could probably do it with this, yeah. We get it moving and turn it on. It's like a diamond first, so it's out the hole, yeah. Probably use one on one, eh? That's it, just turn it on a diamond edge. Like, that's it, lovely. Now we can lift it over there carefully. All right. Yep. Yep. That's it, right. So this is our prepared upstand. You can see that our membrane comes all the way up over the top and it's all welded as well. So we know this whole upstand is impermeable. So we're going to put the tape here all the way around and then we're going to put a sealant bead at the front. The sealant bead is the weathering and the tape is for air, okay, and a second line of defense. So we want to get a really nice big fat bead on there so it really does press down. So first of all, we've got a lovely clean edge as well. That's it. Right, so you get some tape round it, Ed.
Yep.
So go around the inside, yeah?
The inside, yeah.
Just on the inside, yeah? Just keep it back a hair. And I'll get this ready. The idea is with this roof, we're going to have a deck eventually. And the deck will finish with the top of the glass. So it'll all be a continuous surface. So I'm just running this bead 15 or so mil back and I'm doing it about 8 mil thick, the bead. So it's quite thick, but it will press down to nothing if it needs it. So in places it'll be thicker than others where you get a lap of membrane, for example. So Ed's just attaching the tapes, self-adhesive. This is just the sort of thing that I like to do. As you know, it's got a good job then. That's it. Cut it and I'll take the other one. It's got a really good strong adhesive on it as well, this stuff. Which is what you want. But it starts to expand as soon as you really get it into atmosphere. It doesn't take long, a couple of seconds. Cheers, mate. So these are the easiest windows to fit in the whole world. Well, they are, I reckon. Might need to just make sure I'm not too long on this one, Ed. Might make sure I'm not. You might need to shorten yours a tiny bit there. Okay. There we go. It's already started expanding that corner. I'll hold this end, yeah?
Yep.
Just give it a little mark. Take it away and cut it.
The thing not to stretch the tape when you put it down.
Yeah, I don't want to stretch it. Well, scissors is best, isn't it? You haven't got to mess around with a knife. It's thick, it's quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah, really strong.
Now, just cut a little bit more of the tape off and use it to tape the rolled back together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's perfect, that. That's it. So we're just going to lift it back, and we're going to put the front end down, and then we're going to lower the back. So we'll always keep the back up. What we don't want to do is drop it on top of the mastic too much, because it will spread it too thin. So if we get it over, because we've only got a little bit of a lip, haven't we? A little bit of a hold.
Yeah.
Get it over first, and we'll just dip the first corner straight over, like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand to the back.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're in between the battens inside. Yep, I think we are. Fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So you saw in that little bit of video there, Eddie and I, all we had to do was take out the walkover roof light, pop it onto the insulation behind so it was nice and safe, and we ran a bead about 8mm of silicone all the way around, like a glazing silicone all the way around, and then we put the tape on. So this tape is not expensive. Okay, it's fairly easy to get hold of. I'll probably put a link into the description so you can see what it is. But you can already see that it's now taking up its sort of expansion. So this has only been out 5 minutes. You can see it's going. And the good thing about this is it will fill in unevenness as well. And it's fantastic at stopping drafts. It's a really, really worthwhile product if you're doing any kind of window installation, especially something like a roof light, which once you bed it onto the silicone, let's say it does slip around a bit and the silicone spreads a bit thin, you may end up with a tiny little gap somewhere which is always going to let air in to the inside, whereas you've got that on as well. It's like your second line of defense. So I really would recommend using it, and it's self-adhesive and it doesn't take 5 minutes to do. So I reckon that is good practice, and it's a no-brainer. Sorry it's getting a little bit dark here, but we did leave it till the end of the day to put these lights in, and that's one of those things.